Hoş geldiniz çocuklarım ve hepsini yeni öğrenciler. Welcome my children and all new students. My name is Mr. Katop and this is my library. I'm glad you joined us today because we are continuing to read a brand new book entitled Rigel and Piper Shout to Africa by R.J. McCutcheon. It's a long one, so like and subscribe right now so you won't miss any of the exciting chapters. Remember, in our last story, Rigel made the comment that, for many people, the scientific method has nothing to do with observation and experimentation, which is why Dr. Abel was trying to destroy the test kits. Did you know that there are two major philosophies present in modern science? It looks like Rigel belongs to one camp, where Dr. Abel belongs to the other. The first is Newtonian empiricism, named after Sir Isaac Newton, right over there. This version of science insists that people see everything and conduct experiments before making conclusions. This is the gold standard of science. The second camp of scientists, called rationalists, only require an explanation that sounds good in order to consider something scientific. I know it sounds pretty confusing, so here is a simple version. A Newtonian empiricist might say, "Those clothes look great on you, but I don't know if they'll look good on me because I've never tried them on." A rationalist, on the other hand, would say, "Those clothes look great on you, so I don't need to try them on. I am absolutely sure that they will also look great on me." True scientists follow empiricism. Most of the world just believes in rationalism. Which one are you? Now, our last chapter ended on kind of a scary note. The poisonous bacteria anthrax looked like it had morphed into something contagious that spread from the zebras to both livestock and human beings. Our doctor still had more testing to do, but Dr. Abel might have caught it. I wonder what is going to happen. Will he be okay? There's only one way to find out. Hazirmian, are you ready? Chapter 8 is called Dark Angels of Life. Wasn't that exciting, Calidris? Let's stop by the Ring of Champions. It's on the way to my place. Okay, sounds interesting. Wow, here they are. The White Knights with the Red Dragon Knight to lead them. Impressive, in an alarming kind of way. These warriors have more victories than you can ever count. Be glad that you're on their side. Okay. When you stand here, can't you just feel the raw presence? Close your eyes and let the power wash over you. Oh, yes. Amazing. Are you doing it? I just had a bath. Where's this castle of yours? All this excitement has made me thirsty. Oh, 1 second. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. See you soon, White Knights. You're all welcome at my castle anytime. Oh, I keep inviting them. Maybe one day they'll come. For now, though, let's get going. There are some important people I'd love for you to meet. Don't panic, everyone. Don't panic. This has to be just another false alarm. You all know Africa is full of nasty little bugs that are supposed to be the next global killer, but they all fizzle out. Dr. Abel, human lives are in danger, and these men are the front line. They need to know. The structure of anthrax endospores prevents them from growing without first reactivating, and they can't reactivate unless you eat them or inhale them. It's true, the standard known varieties of anthrax must either be ingested or breathed in, but not both. Thank God, no. No, they are very specific. Some are respiratory and some are digestive. Our zebras are infected with a respiratory strain that somehow has learned to grow on keratin. Keratin as in the protein that makes up our fingernails and hair and horse hooves. Keratin is found everywhere. Rhino horns are keratin. Wildebeest hooves are keratin. Birds' feathers are keratin. Lions' claws are keratin. Even the scales on a crocodile are keratin. Don't panic, everyone. Don't panic. Evolution has mechanisms in place to protect us. Infected animals will pass on, and the rest will be fine as usual. Look, right now we're not sure what all it can grow on. It is thriving on zebra hooves and has spread to some human toenails in the laboratory. I volunteered those. It's the least I could do. So, basically, it's acting more like a mushroom than a bacteria, Dennis clarified. Yes, outside the body, it looks, under the microscope, like a large, flaky mushroom, Piper answered. That can spread to the hairs all over your body. And if you breathe one of the spores it releases, you get anthrax and die. Yes, basically, if we don't catch it soon enough. And this anthrax mushroom can jump from animal to animal through direct contact or just by walking through the same patch of grass together? We don't know that. There haven't been any tests to suggest that. We do need to conduct further research to establish exactly how it spreads, but right now we think that is what happened to the zebra foals. Close proximity to infected parents caused the foals to become, well, infected with the mushroom anthrax too, for lack of a better description. So the mares could have picked up this anthrax on the migration south. At least got their hooves infected, yes. Then the infection spread to their babies' feet and to their own lungs? Yes, that is what it looks like. But why then are the baby zebra free from any respiratory anthrax? Their feet have it, but their lungs don't. Their mothers, though, would die without me giving them antibiotics every 6 hours. They don't eat grass yet. They only drink milk. So their noses aren't in the dirt, breathing in the spores from where the entire herd was just walking. But their hooves are still shedding anthrax endospores, even though they don't have it in their lungs. Poor old Phoenix, the foals did give it to him. Debatable, and that still doesn't explain the first two groups of zebra. The first dazzle was too far gone to conclude anything about. But the second group still died, Dennis, despite all my treatments. So you were pumping them full of antibiotics that seemed to work, but you never cleaned their hooves. So the entire zebra herd, or dazzle, got better only to breathe in more anthrax spores piling up in the tiny corral where you had them all penned in. If dazzle number 2 had this same type of anthrax that can grow on keratin, then yes, that does explain it. They just got reinfected over and over from their own hooves until they died. Vicious cycle. Poor zebra, they never had a chance. Don't beat yourself up over it. You didn't know. Piper, how long could a zebra have contagious hooves before the infection made it to the lungs and killed the host? Given the locations of the first two dazzles, and the fact that this herd was foaling before full-blown respiratory infection, I'd say a month for transmission from hooves to lungs, then a week or two more until death. That's at very most. The least amount of time, though, is less than a week, start to finish. Herds of animals wandering the Serengeti, contagious for 6 weeks, with the disease communicable to humans, is a plague ready to happen, perhaps already happening. Don't panic, people. Don't panic. It can't be that bad. Let's just focus on what we need to do to cure the animals we have. The zebra are responding well to the antibiotic shots. Keep that up for their lungs. And find some kind of antifungal endosporicide super cleaner for their hooves and maybe their coats. Endospores are almost impossible to kill. In their spore form, yes. Dried out endospores have empirically survived over 4,000 years trapped inside the Great Pyramids. Endospores have been reactivated from the stomachs of honeybees encased in fossilized amber. It's where the whole idea for resurrecting Jurassic Park dinosaurs comes from. And those are at least 25 million years old. Only if you believe in rationalism. According to the empirical science, we just don't know how old they are. Leading scientists are convinced it was endospores that traveled the vacuum of inhospitable space on the backs of meteors to seed the earth with the first bacteria we all eventually evolved from. Lectured Dr. Abel as Rigel shook his head and rolled his eyes. Wouldn't they burn up as shooting stars? No, some could survive. The bacterial core is encased in several layers of shell to protect it from heat, pressure loss, and desiccation. They can't die by drying out. And shooting stars do last only a moment, Rigel reluctantly admitted. So, how do we clean the corral if even a blowtorch isn't hot enough to kill the spores? It's apparently a death sentence to put animals in there now. Get out your tractor, Dennis. Scrape off the entire surface, then bury the dirt down another deep, dark hole. Bleach water can kill anthrax bacteria. If we soak things we know are infected in bleach water for long enough, the endospore shell will dissolve and release the bacteria. Then the bleach does its job and kills the anthrax. I prefer more guaranteed solutions. I think we should seal up the contaminated soil in biohazard barrels and ship them to a processing facility. That is actually a really, really good idea, Dr. Remy. I can have a train car load of containers here in 3 days. Then we can send them all to a big autoclave. Will even that be enough? Gemma exclaimed. A good autoclave can reach 10,000 degrees for a whole hour. That's basically the surface of the sun. All that will be left is ash and metallic sand from the evaporated steel barrels. It's enough. But you can't clean all of Africa in an autoclave. Or soak it all in bleach. Exactly. We can take precautions ourselves and we can sterilize Baobab Station, but we can never stop the disease. We just have to trust that nature will take its course and will find some way to deal with the situation. We're just observers to its dark, mysterious majesty. Majesty? If this disease gets off the Serengeti, there will be more victims, human victims, than you could ever count. But what if we can stop it? No matter the cost. We throw everything we have at it, and we do stop it. We're veterinarians. This is the oath we took. We protect people by preventing animal suffering. We use our skills as scientists to fend off diseases just like this one and halt the plague before it ever gets rolling. Standing up on a crate to address the entire crowd, Piper continues. Is yours a world where a greeting can kill? Some silent, unseen venom awaiting? A handshake, a hug, a kiss of hello? Will you hold your breath, or do you plan to say no? These feeble defenses prolong nothing but pain. Your kids coughing up blood is all that you'll gain. But this is not my world. I'll not live in fear. Beauty and joy are for all to draw near, begging to upend the sandglass of fate. Return here today. Let's destroy what we hate. Dark angels of life for our fellow man. You can choose now to bleed all that you can. Capture all creatures under Africa's sun. Bring them to me, and I'll have my grim fun. Testing this beast to see where it lays, we'll reach truth and hope through pink little trays. Not everyone here will be at the end. Immortality found in the memory of friends. Forgotten, unknown, our names but a shimmer in the pages of time, but few will remember the lives that were given at Baobab Falls, not for glory or gold, but for duty that called. So choose quickly, choose now, and take up your heart's spear. There's no remorse for this choice. Death dies here. Ah! It's fine.